Hello, welcome back to another episode of Unprofessionals Asking Questions. I'm Sid.
I'm Julia.
And this recording has video.
Hopefully.
If you noticed, our last one did not.
It successfully recorded.
Yeah.
It would not go onto my computer though.
I think it's because the sun ate Julia's face through the window.
It did show like a preview of, because like, you know how like on the camera or whatever, and when I download, I had a preview of us at first. And then, you know how I said it stopped and like restarted again? Mm-hmm. It was really great lighting when we first started. And then like the very end, the clip that I saw, it was just like I was white and out. Like it was crazy.
You probably look like a ghost.
Yeah. It was just mad sun.
Mad sun.
Mad sun. But we're not doing it at that time today.
No, we are at a respectable hour on a Sunday morning with beautiful weather.
Yes.
So, yay.
If you hear jingling, I might take Cassie's collar off.
She's just finding ladybugs and eating them.
I don't know what she's doing today, but she does not want to chill.
She's cute, though. It doesn't matter. She doesn't have to. Oh, she's got ladybugs stuck in her teeth.
Ew, are you kidding me?
Well, it seems that way.
Cassie, go lay down. You want to come up here? Come on. Here. Just be way over here. Come here. Yeah, say hi. No,
so
you can't be making those noises in the mic.
Right next to the microphone.
That's gross. You're a gross girl. Okay. Really gross.
That's probably so loud on there. That's so funny.
So yeah, since the last time.
Well, so our last episode was the eclipse one, which was posted 2 days after the eclipse. So we didn't know what our experience would be like before we recorded that. So how was your experience?
So I left the office and went over to the Spike Stadium. Emily and I got the glasses because I was like, I'm not buying glasses. And that day was so cloudy. I'm like, are we even going to see anything? I saw nothing. We went back to her place in State College and we stared at the sun. And like it got dusky.
Yeah.
But I was picturing like it would get black.
Yeah.
But we weren't in the path of totality.
I thought that we were.
I thought we were too, but we were wrong. We were like on the outskirts of it. So like I saw nothing. Wyatt called me like right after and he stepped out from work and he was like, did you see anything? I was like, no, I saw nothing. He's like, well, you had to stare at the sky and the breaks in the clouds. And I'm like, you didn't even have plans. Don't make gross noises. Like you didn't even have plans to watch it. You don't think I was just not staring at the freaking sky? So wherever he was, which we were in State College, but in different areas, he could see parts of it in the breaks in the clouds, but we didn't.
All right, where I was at work, it was completely cloudy. Couldn't even...
Bless you.
Thank you. I couldn't even tell where the sun was in the sky. It was that cloudy.
Yeah.
And it got like a tiny bit dark, like it just a real gloomy, dreary day. Didn't even seem like it was eclipse related. So it was a real letdown where we were.
Yeah. But I did see videos from like Erie and in New York.
Yeah, I did live stream it because I'm like, well,
at
least I can experience it this way in Ohio and Erie and some other places. It was cool.
Texas, yeah. I wish I would have thought of that. But I saw the videos after and it seemed cool and it did get really dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think next total solar eclipse we need to chase it.
Chase it. Get those Airbnbs before they book up.
Yep.
Do you see how many people I think it was in Indiana. I'm sure it was a bunch of places, but a lot of people got married during those like 4 minutes.
I think I saw posts about that. So there was
like a bride and groom, like they're all like by each other in the one place that I saw. I'm like, I mean, that's cool.
Yeah.
But also you're not getting like your moment, I feel like.
Yeah.
Well, it's how you look at it, I guess.
Yeah. I mean.
It can be your moment if you're just in your moment. But yeah, I don't know if I would do that.
No, I don't think I would. Now, total lunar eclipse maybe. Blood moon maybe.
Yeah.
Get married on a blood moon
that
at
would
night.
be cool.
just like, now it'd have to be like in the summer, probably, or fall. But
yeah, that'd be cool though.
It would be cool.
But no, I'm not planning my wedding to be on the next solar eclipse in October in South Africa or South America.
That is the lunar.
Oh, that is the lunar.
think. I forget. Everything I typed
too.
up last week.
But yeah, no, I mean, it was cool.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool that everyone experienced it together and was so excited about it. It was just kind of a bummer. It just happened to be cloudy where we were.
Yeah.
So
let us know if you followed it.
Yeah.
Or if you saw it wherever
you
you
pictures.
are. Pictures? That'd be cool. The pictures are really cool.
And I wonder, like, so I know that it was going to affect the nocturnal wildlife and everything, you know, in those places where it got like pitch black. But have you heard of any people that it may have affected?
I haven't, but I did hear like people being that like say that full moons and stuff affect, that they were like, things are just crazy with my dog or with like people that I'm dealing with this week.
She is so sweet.
She's being a baby.
She is. She hasn't been like
Look at
this.
Smirk.
I know.
She knows she's not supposed to be doing this. Oh, I was gone all day yesterday.
So she missed you.
Yeah. Then I came home and went right to bed.
Oh, did you miss her?
I don't have those day-long tailgating things in me anymore.
Oh, who won, by the way? Did Penn State win?
The story is all this time. We're a joke. Whatever.
Oh,
I have
man.
no idea who won. Like, 'cause I don't. And
Yeah, I don't
also,
ever
like,
watch that
Melina and
one.
I was. Also, I don't know if did we say this is a Wandering Minds.
No, this is if you can't tell, this is a Wandering Minds
So if you're
episode.
like waiting for us to get on with it, we're not.
Nope.
Yeah, so we were like talking about blue white. You know, it's been around for as long as I have, and I'm like, how do they really do that? Is it like upperclassmen versus lowerclassmen, or is it just offense versus defense like the whole time? I don't have these answers. I've never.
You know, I don't. I
Looked
feel
it
like
up.
Wyatt has told me, and I just don't remember.
If it's I guess it would work offense versus defense. But when defense gets the ball, then who? I don't know. I don't get it. So if you know, let me know.
I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a shit show downtown. But
I'm actually wearing a Penn State shirt.
memories. I saw that. Woo!
It's so nice out today, so I figured a t-shirt is the way to go.
Yeah. It's supposed to be like 75, I think. Which yesterday it was like 40-mile-per-hour winds.
Yeah.
It's insane. You are being redonkulous, Kazzers.
Anyways, so I had seen a couple articles.
Oh, yes, about how it affected people.
Yeah. Let me just pull it up on my phone so I can remember it. Or so I could read it since I can't
Are you not
remember it.
comfy?
I'm sorry. That was my fault. I pulled you over there to snuggle.
What is happening? Are you going to lay on my lap? Come on. Okay. Sure. Get away from the mic, though. Alrighty. Tell me about the stories. Stop making those noises. I don't want your ladybug.
Oh. Oh my goodness. You have to see this.
I think they are.
Well, if they're only listening, they need to hop over to YouTube.
Cassie is hugging me like she does, but we don't do this at this time, Cass.
Oh my gosh.
All right, let's hear about the
All
people.
right, let's hear it. Okay, so this was in Georgia. This was a girl named Talon Nichelle Celestine. She's 22 years old. She checked out of her Florida hotel and told staff, sorry, it wasn't in Georgia. She's from Georgia. It was in Florida.
Okay.
So sorry.
Oh, it's making me question solar eclipse. But anyways.
Anyway, yes. So she's from Georgia, 22, checked out of her Florida hotel and told staff that she was going on a, quote, God-directed shooting spree because of the eclipse.
No.
No idea what that means.
You can't just blame it on things
No.
like that.
But
Say it. What she was a god.
She called it a God-directed shooting spree because of the eclipse.
That God eclipse wasn't even going over them.
In Florida?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a freaking cop-out.
She got on Interstate 10, and as she was driving and she shot into passing cars, she shot into two. They were okay. She shot two people. But police were able to get her and arrest her.
What the hell?
So I think she was arrested for attempted murder and terroristic attempts or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I do have those thoughts sometimes when I'm driving, like, what if someone just, like, snipes you right out, like, right in the car?
Yeah, I'd be screwed.
Could you imagine, like, how, like, you don't expect that, though. Like, you're just driving on the highway and someone's shooting. That's insane. Did she do that so that she was hoping to get away quicker?
I don't know.
Like, if you were going on a killing or a shooting spree or whatever.
Like that, yeah, you're not going to do it while you're driving. I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Not to mention there's not very many female active shooters. Like
no, that also threw me.
Except Penn State, and we'll have to talk about that someday.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah,
we will. Blanking?
Did you forget it?
I think I'm really hardcore forgetting.
Yeah, there was that girl that opened fire on the lawn.
Library? No,
it was outside. On the one lawn. I think she was going into some foreign military. She went to boot camp, I think. And then she was, I think, like, discharged from there due to some issues. But she still had the knowledge of, like, weapons and stuff. This was a while ago.
Yeah, we're going to have to cover that because I am hardcore blanking.
I'll at least get you the year.
Did you sink her?
Did she?
Maybe. Maybe her stomach hurts too.
96, I think.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have to cover that.
Yeah.
But yeah, she is very unusual for a shooting spree, but shooting of anything to be female. You want to lay here? Come on, you gotta stop distracting. You're gonna make this a really long episode. Okay, back to it.
Yeah, we'll have to cover that at some point.
My hair. I like that bun.
Maybe we have a few Penn State things we should cover.
Yeah, definitely. It will come in time. Mm-hmm. We have time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I heard about that. And then I had also seen another article, and this one's way worse. And
she'll give up.
Okay. So this was an astrology influencer named Danielle Johnson. She claimed to be disturbed by the eclipse. So she stabbed her partner and basically like fled with her two kids and pushed her two kids out of the car and then crashed herself into a tree.
Okay, 2 questions. What is an astronomy influencer? Astrology influencer. And also, why was she disturbed?
So, actually, did I look up what an astrology influencer is?
Like, is it a social media person?
Yeah,
like,
it is. I'm just trying to think of, like, I think she just, like, talked about, like, the signs and stuff, but I could be wrong.
Did she have any credentials or, like, designations?
I don't think so.
She was just, like, openly, like, us, looked into it and then labeled herself, like, an influencer on it?
Huh. I think.
So did she get, like, too deep into looking into solar eclipses that she became disturbed by it? I don't have
much info on it. They haven't posted any new articles about it. It was just based off, like, some posts that she made.
I just don't I just feel like that's like an excuse to do what you want to do. Like the lady, you just wanted to go on the shooting spree. Don't say that God told you to do this, and don't blame it on a solar eclipse. And also, like, maybe you wanted to stab your husband and drop your kids off, like get rid of your kids. Don't say it's just because you're disturbed over a solar eclipse.
Yeah.
I just think that's like deeper mental.
Oh, for sure.
Health
There's
issues.
something going on.
Yeah. It makes me really sad.
I know.
Are the kids okay?
No. So leading up to it, she had posted on like, I think X. So quote, she posted, that the impending eclipse is the epitome of spiritual warfare. Get your protection on and your heart in the right place. The world is very obviously changing right now. And if you ever needed to pick a side, the time to do right in your life is now. Stay strong. You got this. That was like days before the eclipse.
The time to do right?
The time to do right.
Murder?
The time to pick a side.
Child murder?
So on the day of the eclipse, on April 8th, around 3:40 a.m., Danielle and her partner, Jalen Chaney, became involved in a verbal altercation that escalated into her becoming violent and stabbing him.
Did he die or did he survive?
He also died.
Okay.
He died at the scene. He was found around 7:30 that morning by neighbors who saw that their door was left open. They went in to check, and he was dead.
Thank God for some neighbors, though. For a lot of stories.
Mm-hmm. She fled, like I said, the apartment after she stabbed him with her 2 kids, who are 9 years old and 8 months old. Pushed them out of the moving car around 4:30 that morning. The infant died. The 9-year-old sustained injuries, but survived.
So she's driving, right? The kid's in the passenger seat, and you're like, phew. You like have a minivan, and you're telling them to jump, like. And were they like on a highway or something? Did it say? Okay.
I don't remember if this one was on the highway.
I was just trying to picture her like driving like 70 miles an hour and doing that.
I don't think well, I don't know, because then she drove herself into a tree, like purposely, it seems, and
oh, she's dead. Mm-hmm. Not to be that person, but
yeah, but that's where you should have started.
Yeah, like if you were struggling with that so much, don't take 3 innocent people. Like I don't know what the hut's been. If the altercation was bad, like maybe there's deeper, but still, like don't take 3 innocent or 2 innocent children's lives.
Yeah. The police said
That's
they found
bonkers.
Yeah, I know. But part of this is what this part annoys me, because the police, after they searched the apartment, found tarot cards and black feathers, and they felt the need to include that in the article, that was like a sign of anything.
Yeah.
I have like
she's like
2
working
or 3
with
like decks of tarot cards.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty common anymore.
It is.
For people to have and feathers and stuff. That's like if something would happen here and like they'd come in and they would look at some of the books I have or like see some of the crystals, and they would try and use that towards like the bad thing that I did. It's like, well, everybody has that stuff. Not everybody, but you know what I mean? Like
the cool people do. Well, except for her.
You dig to find stuff to like make it better for the media. So like just say for what it is. Like she clearly was not mentally stable. But that has nothing to do with the tarot cards.
No.
Or a feather. No. So, well, where was this at?
I think that was in California. I think it was LA.
So another place where the solar eclipse isn't even going through totality there.
No, and I guess they didn't feel the need that you had to see it to be affected by it, maybe.
Right.
And I didn't really look up leading up to like the eclipse about like our signs or anything, or what it, astrology says, but maybe they just really looked into it too hard.
You mean you can get stuck, and yeah, maybe they just got themselves in this like black hole.
Yeah.
Of it.
Yeah, it's scary. And she was so pretty. If all of my...
Man. Well, that just makes me feel uneasy.
Yeah.
That's so crazy because, like, when we were doing our episode, I was trying to look up, like, crimes because of solar eclipses and things like that so that we would have...
Nothing really came up.
Nothing really came up. A lot of things were, like, more history, like what I had covered with the king, which the solar... Like, before I had gotten into it, I thought maybe he went a little crazy or something. But it wasn't even the solar eclipse. Like, it was the dusk and the insects coming in. So it's just, I'm sure there's other stories that like I just didn't dig enough to find that might be similar to this, but like if we would do this next year, those would be the top ones that would probably pop up.
Yeah,
so is it just crazy. Like a new age of like having access to like looking up stuff like that? Oh my god. Girlfriend, I know you want love, but we're busy.
Yeah, but
you're gonna hear me scratching you. Lay down. Lay down. Did you have any more crimes from that?
That's all I could really find. Wyatt did tell me this story that he saw on Reddit, and I was trying to find it, and I couldn't find it. But he said that, I feel like it was somewhere like Pittsburgh maybe, or Philly. Some woman on that day, wherever she was going, she was tipping huge amounts because I think she believed the eclipse was going to be the rapture, and she was like, I don't need this money anymore. So she went around tipping in like angel number amounts, like like $777, $555.
What?
Things like that. And then after the eclipse, like the day after,
well, she did probably, but
yeah, I don't really know where else she went.
Get at me next time, lady.
But because she did this because she thought that it was going to be the rapture, and that you need any to step anymore. Did she get rid of
all of her money?
I don't know if all of it, but a lot of it. And the day after, or whatever, when she wasn't raptured,
she wanted it back.
Raptured, she wanted it back.
What an idiot!
I'm like, that is so dumb.
How dumb could you be, though? Like, one, you're risking it because it might be the rapture. But, like, the dumbness I'm talking about is thinking that you could go and try and get it back.
Yeah.
Like, that's like you're at a bar and you're feeling pretty good because you had a couple and you tip very generously. And the next day you're like, you know what? That was a lot that I tipped you. I'm just going to want to take some of that back. It's like, that doesn't work like that.
I can't even imagine what it felt like to believe in something so hard like that.
To give away that much.
Yeah. To wholeheartedly believe that was the end.
Where are they getting this information? Like, this isn't the first solar eclipse that has happened.
No, I think you're right about it being just the technology now, and the fact that you can
having access to all this information. And you can manipulate you can manipulate by your search and like your bias, like wording and stuff, what you're looking into, like what you're finding.
Yeah. Because you could be, I'm sure most people are looking at completely incorrect information that's just out there.
Yeah. Well, and especially with how algorithms are like set to your phone and like how you already think and feel and like what you're. So if you're really religious and you start looking and you like believe in certain things and then you start finding those and you just keep following the links, like you're going to find what you're telling yourself you want to find.
Exactly. You'll get there eventually.
That's like I found myself when I was doing my episode on an AR-15 chat group, and they were talking about the solar eclipse and crime, and like nothing was really bad. I found it because I was trying to find crimes because of solar eclipse, and like click on this link, and then I look up and I was like, oh, that's a weird URL. And then I was like, what are you laughing at? And I'm just like going through this chat box of like people being like, you're all fucking idiots, nothing's gonna happen, just burglaries and like maybe some gun thing. Like, I don't know, it was just, there was nothing alarming when I was on there, but it was like brought to my attention again, like I knew there's all these chat groups and things that you can be a part of, but it's like you really can easily be manipulated and pulled into what your strong beliefs are.
And if you already have some kind of underlying mental health condition like schizophrenia or anxiety, depression, anything really,
you're already like,
it's going to enhance that.
Right.
And the paranoia will be real.
It's just wild because it is like 2024. Like, we know the world's not gonna end because of it. Like, that is such ancient.
Yeah, like literally
mindsets.
The things that we talked about in the episode.
Yeah. Like, we're past that, people. Stop killing people. Stop giving away your money if you need it.
And the fact that all three of those were women.
Also kind of telling.
We wouldn't have questioned if it was three guys. And we'd be like, oh, it was three guys that did that. There's three different things.
But I think that's why it's telling, too. Because we're, like, so focused on, like, it's rare to hear that. So, like, to us, it's, like, alarming. But are women more easily influenced? This is just a question I'm asking. I'm not saying that's my opinion. If you want to find and be validated for your opinion, or I don't know, because I think that can go both ways. Because men will find like their hardcore proof for something to justify something.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's just generally like all over the board. Everybody can be like easily influenced, but yeah, why the woman? Girls, we're supposed to have it all together.
We are.
Stop going in these like wormholes or black holes or whatever it's called.
Rabbit holes?
Rabbit holes. Neither
all the
of the
holes.
things
Don't go into any of the holes.
Stop going in holes.
That would solve all of our problems.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's sad.
Can I switch it up?
Please, because I don't want to linger on that.
We're going to talk about cheese.
You can always start a conversation with cheese with me.
And that's why I think I was intrigued when I was like, got into this.
I could use some cheese
but
right now.
Anywho, I might have some. I think it's just sliced or shredded.
Hey,
so not real cheese.
I've taken clumps of the shredded cheese out of the bag and eaten it.
Cassie and I share. Don't tell why though.
Okay.
She's not allowed to have human food.
Oh no.
She loves the cheese.
I'm
so like
sure.
when I'm like shoving it in my mouth and I have a few drops, she likes it. I'm like, well, I can't have her have one little tiny
that's
shred
just
of
rude.
So rude. Oh, me not touching her is rude. So anyways, yeah. She likes her shredded cheese. But the other day I was like listening to the song, and in the song, it's a Kendrick Lamar song.
Can you rap it?
I'm probably not going to say a lot of the words. The song's Money Trees by Kendrick Lamar.
Money trees.
Have you heard? You're not a Kendrick fan, really? Are you? Okay, but in it, it says, I think it's J-Rock or something. This one says featuring J-Rock, so it must be.
Like from Trailer Park Boys?
I just started rewatching it again.
Oh, we did.
Oh, you did too?
We did. We finished it.
I love it. Have you watched the cartoon?
No.
Me neither. I don't know if I would. But anyways, so it's like, one of the lyrics is, what else is a thug to do when you eat cheese from the government? And I don't know why. Like, I've listened to the song so many times since I've been probably like 14 or 15. Love my Kendrick. But I was like, okay, government cheese. What is that? And then I get on Instagram and then I see a reel and it's this girl talking about government cheese. Like, what the heck is going on today?
Simulation.
So I YouTube this shit. And I believe in the 70s with President Carter, there was like problems with the like price of milk going to be dropped. Like the stock of dairy was going to drop because there was so much surplus at the end of it. And their solution was to have the government come in and purchase the surplus milk. But they can't store milk without it going bad.
Right.
Like almost immediately. So what they did was they made cheese. Well, what are you going to do with all the fucking cheese?
Send it to me.
So, but I'm talking about, like, these are, like, that bright yellow, like, kind of like Velveeta cheese. which I do love Velveeta, but they would come in blocks, and it was like the videos that I watched, the girl was like, it will never leave my mind. It was just like this bright orange cheese. You either loved it or you hated it, but you were eating it, because they ended up giving it to, I'm going to pull this up just so I fact checked after, but like welfare and food stamp, people on like Social Security, lower income individuals had no choice. They were getting government cheese. So they would just get shipped government cheese all the time, even if they didn't need it.
I mean, yeah.
So that's where it went.
It makes sense. I mean, why wouldn't you give it to those who need it?
No, it does make sense. But they didn't.
Unless they're all
they really didn't need it, though. Like, what are you going to do with just one block of cheese?
For the ones that are lactose intolerant. That would suck.
Yeah. Well, and it is actually, like, it's not just in Money Trees that it's brought up. It's in a lot of rap music, which I thought was just, like, lingo, in a sense. You know what I mean? Like, something, maybe when you eat government cheese, I thought maybe he was talking about money. Because, like, cheese, money, things like that. But it's in a ton, and it's because more impoverished areas were just forced this cheese.
I mean, were they given other things? Like normal? That was just, cheese was just on top of it.
So I did find out that pretty much all of the systems that we have in place for lower income individuals, like welfare and food stamps, they were never put into place really because they wanted to help the people or the people were in need. It was because the agriculture industry had such surplus that they didn't know what to do with it. So they created things like welfare and food stamps so that the surplus could go to, which it does all work out.
Yeah.
But like their intentions weren't, hey, we have to figure something out because people need it. Wow. It's because they needed to find somewhere to take all this food. And also when there's like natural disasters and things that happen, there's cheese that is brought. And I'm not talking about like a little amount of cheese. Currently, right now, there's cheese caves. They're in Missouri.
And this is still from the 70s.
This is from the 70s. Okay, and then we go into the 80s, where Nixon was like, we got to figure out what to do with like all this cheese. So President Carter bought it all up, I believe. I think I might do a deeper dive on all of this.
Please. We have a cheese episode and eat cheese.
The 80s came and Nixon was like, he pretty much was like, we're done helping the farmers. And then he said that in the beginning, and then he ended up, I think that's when he started creating like pushing it in welfare and everything. But to store all this cheese, they store them in caves, which is in Springfield, Missouri. And currently, there's 1.4 billion pounds of cheese in these caves.
Is this like a high security area?
I don't know. That's why I should do a more deeper dive. I didn't really get into the caves, but I do know that in 2016, so in the 90s, this all ended. The government cheese thing kind of ended. I mean, they still have it, and they still give it out, in a sense, I'll tell you. It's not owned by... The caves aren't owned by the government anymore. So, like, the government has the system in place, but then private owners now, like, have this business for the cheese. And this cheese is used... Let me back up. In the 90s, when did we started seeing like a lot of like extra cheese or 5 cheese or stuffed crust pizza or quesadillas and like quesadillas, like cheese. Is because places like Domino's, Pizza Hut, Taco Bell are all getting the cheese from the government because they have so much freaking cheese.
And they don't have to buy it. They're just giving it to them.
I think it's discounted. I do think that they have to, I think it's heavily discounted. And I didn't like, everything's very brief right now. Obviously, it's Wandering Minds. But I don't think they need to buy it at like full price of cheese. They have like a discount on it. But yeah, like a lot of our pizza places are government cheese.
Wow.
Like stuffed crust pizza is most likely because they needed to find ways to get rid of all of this cheese.
How long does cheese stay good for?
this is so heavily processed that it's probably going to go for a while.
That's
sickening.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I mean, like, when they would talk about the bright orange and stuff, like, you knew it wasn't, like, real cheese. I had the thing open.
That's insane. There's just K's of cheese. Billion pounds.
1.4 billion pounds stored in Smithfield, Missouri. And, hold on, So it started in the 70s during former President Jimmy Carter's era and his promise of giving farmers a break. So it's pretty much just to, like, make sure that we keep farmers, because they were, like, after the Depression and everything, it was, like, they didn't want to lose all the farmers. Now, this all did happen again in 2016, where the government had to buy a lot of surplus. Oh, also the got milk and everything. Like, all of these ads and campaigns were to try to push people to be purchasing dairy so that the markets don't crash.
That's wild.
But now, especially in 2016, like, people don't drink milk or eat cheese like they used to.
I still do, but yeah, I get it.
I don't do milk, but cheese. Hell yeah. So it's, like, interesting, because now they're like, what the hell are we going to do with all this cheese or milk? And, like, what are the farmers going to do? And they can't have the price of milk, have to skyrocket. Skyrocket or plummet, actually. If people aren't...
Well, if they're not buying it, it's probably too expensive.
It'd be... Or they're not buying it because they don't want it anymore. That means there's a lot of milk, but they would have to drop the prices, but they can't drop the price under the average, because then you are hurting all of the farmers. It's quite interesting.
That is really interesting. I don't think I've ever heard of that.
This one. It was food assistant programs I talked about. Okay, in the 1990s, the government also started making deals with fast food restaurants to help sell the surplus. The National Dairy Promotion Board, a semi-public marketing branch, was also created, which created campaigns like Got Milk and a range of popular fast food menu items like Domino's 7-cheese pizza or Taco Bell's very cheesy quesalupa. And that's according to WBUR.
Do they make nacho cheese from that cheese?
I bet. Yeah, I bet you. Wow. Yeah, it says 1.4 billion pounds of cheese still exists in cold storage holdings, but is no longer completely owned by the government, but by private companies. We used to have a program in place where the government would buy some storable dairy products, and a very specific kind of style of cheese was one of those items, but those programs became completely sidelined back in 1980. The problem of overproduced cheese stayed consistent throughout the years. With lower dairy consumption, the government offered again to buy more cheese worth $20 million in 2016. The Department of Agriculture has not stopped buying just yet. In August of last year, the agency announced the cheese purchase program to buy mozzarella, processed and natural American cheddar cheese for the National School Lunch Program and other federal food nutrition assistance programs. According to The Guardian, it's safe to say the American dairy farmers will continue to look for ways to offload their cheese supplies as the demand of it decreases with a rise in veganism and sustainable eating. Which, that point actually brought up something I saw in YouTube, that at one point they were questioning if the farmers were overproducing because they're guaranteed to get everything bought.
Yeah, so you think they're doing it on purpose?
They think that some of them, the larger networks, were.
I mean, maybe, but, like, you grew up on a dairy farm, right? Like,
a lot of my family had dairy farms. I had the goat farm, but...
Right. But, like, the cows need to be milked. You can't ignore that. Yeah. So you're always going to have that.
But what... Right. So I see that, but maybe they just keep buying more cows. Mm-hmm. Or maybe they're, like, feeding them... Maybe they're pushing the milk too much. Because you can go through stages, too. I mean, you don't want to have too little if the demand's there and then, like, you can't supply. So I get you want to meet those, like, thresholds.
Yeah.
But I can speak with goats. Let me put it that way. So with goats, like, after they had just kidded or whatever, they need the milk, and they're milking for a majority of the year. But as the babies start weaning off and you start wanting to dry off, just so that we didn't sell goat milk, so I don't know what dairy farms do. They probably aren't drying off the cows.
Yeah.
But there are times where, like, you can dry off and they can go back to making milk again. But dairy farms aren't, like, breeding and going through that. Like, we were a breeding goat farm, so I guess I can't really speak to that. Because, like, my family members, they milk all year round.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, I would just wonder if it was just a natural thing, but the government was seeing it as, like...
No, I think it was a natural thing at first, but then they kept seeing an increase in, like, the surplus. Because, like, all these farmers were just pushing out mad dairy. And, again, maybe this is, like, a deeper episode that we could get into. I just thought it was interesting.
What's your favorite cheese episode? We could talk about
What is your favorite cheese? I don't know if I can. I have them classified in different, like...
Because it depends on, like...
Your
if I want a cheap cheese or an expensive cheese, and, like, within those categories, what my favorite is. But I'll always go back to, because I will always just love a good Cracker Barrel sharp white Vermont cheese.
That's a good one.
It is so good, especially with cracked pepper Triscuits.
I also love a cracked pepper. I just love Triscuits. Like their balsamic ones.
All of them are pretty good.
Yeah. The Gouda.
Except, yeah. There's one that I don't remember liking, but I don't remember what it was.
There's also one that I'm not the biggest fan of, and I can't remember. I don't think... I like the rosemary. I don't know.
They're good. I also love a good Havarti. A nice creamy Havarti. And just, like, a homemade, like, smoked Cooper. Not homemade, but, like, a smoked Cooper. So good.
I like it smoked cheese.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
Smoked Gouda.
Have you ever had smoked cream cheese?
No.
Oh, my God. You're not living. You're not living until you have a smoked cream cheese.
Really?
Wyatt's dad likes to put cream cheese in the smoker, and he, like...
What do you eat it with?
Well, you'll toss the bar of cream cheese in the seasoning of some sort. So, like, you can use an everything bagel seasoning. He's done that. He's done, like, a taco seasoning, a jalapeno, like, a spicy one, something else. So that's tossed. And then when it comes out, it's real nice and, like, not gooey, but, like, very creamy. And I just put that on, like, pretzels or crackers.
That sounds good.
And then take it to the next level and add some pepper jelly. Love a good pepper jelly.
Seems very creamy. Everything. Like a pepper jelly with creamy cream cheese. I'm weird about
jelly
sometimes.
And that's cream, so different.
Okay, fair. It does sound good. I've never had smoked cream cheese. I didn't like cream cheese up until probably 6 or so years ago.
Wow, I've always loved cream cheese. Every time I have a bagel, it's the most cream cheese you've seen on a bagel. It's disgusting. I disgust myself with it.
No, I used to eat bagels with butter.
Ew, get out of here. That's too, it's
but
dry and nasty.
I do it with cream cheese now.
Yeah.
I don't love cream cheese icing.
I'm not a big icing person to begin with.
Okay. Maybe that's why I just don't like it. It's just a weird kind of taste to me.
I like a cream cheese icing on a red velvet and carrot cake.
Yeah. I don't like when it's, like, overwhelming.
No, I like a real thin layer.
But yeah. So, are those your favorite cheeses?
Yeah, I mean, I love all cheese. Like, let's be real. I even started getting into blue cheese lately.
I love blue cheese.
I never used to, but then I had, like, a block of cream cheese that I paired with, it was either, like, it might have been both. I might have paired it with fig, like a spread, and also a honey spread, and just, like, a cracker, or, like, some meat. It was so good. Like, it's all about the pairing when you want to try new things.
100% is.
Like, that's how you really can appreciate something, is pairing it properly.
Yeah.
I know you don't like brie, but, like, a good brie with some honey is so good.
I think, I don't know what it is about brie. Like, there are some things. There used to be a brie sandwich at the one restaurant that I worked at that had apple slices in it. And I can't remember what meat, but I loved it. It was very good. And then Wyatt and I one time had this appetizer where it was, like, gooey, like it must have been baked or something. And then they had, like, a balsamic or a berry jam, or I don't know. It was so good. I'll have to ask him. Those are like the only times I've really liked brie.
Yeah.
Like he loves brie, but I don't know. I'm not a big creamy, like that creamy.
And I love that.
Yeah, that's not me.
I like the hard cheeses too, though. Like I like the crumbly ones. The
crumbly. I love feta and blue cheese.
Feta.
Those are probably like my top 2 at the moment.
Yeah.
But I mean, I love a cheddar. Parmesan. It depends on what you're eating.
It really does. It depends what you compare it with.
Wyatt doesn't like Asiago's smell.
Oh, I will agree. There's definitely some smells of cheese that I don't like. If you get a real
Asiago, it like reeks like feet, and he doesn't like that.
Yeah.
He can't get over it. I love it.
I mean, I can ignore this sense and just
That's another thing that I got like in a rabbit hole with, though, when I was watching those, was like the problem with like counterfeit foods, which kind of is mind-blowing with certain things. But one was Parmesan cheese. I won't get off topic with the others, but for like what you should find in like a real Parmesan cheese, and majority of the Parmesan out there is counterfeit.
Wow.
So you have to like see this stamp from Parmesan Reggiani, right? I don't know, some Italian thing.
I do try to, when I'm, depending on what I'm making, if I care about what I'm making, I'll go to like the international cheese section and get like some Parmesan out of there. So I hope that's not counterfeit, because that's expensive. Counterfeit
as long
cheese.
as it says Parmesan Reggiano. If it just says Parmesan, it's probably fake.
I think I do know what you're talking about. And I think the ones I've gotten out of that section are legit. They come in like a little bag.
Parmesan Reggiano.
Yeah. And
it has to have, every real Parmesan will have these stamped on the thing on it, where it'll say Parmesan, and then it'll say like the date and like where it came. Not
you
the
could buy
date.
that block for $33 on Amazon.
You can buy this block for $3,000 on Williams
Sonoma. Excuse me?
Yeah, and like the longer, see how it like has like 3012 and stuff.
I'm sorry, why is that block of cheese $3,000?
Oh, there's some that like the longer they age and stuff. That's another thing that
like
makes a lot of
like whiskey.
Yeah, there's like these big warehouses where it's just like so taller than our fucking houses, dude.
And wine and shit. Like the longer it's sat, like the more expensive it's gonna be.
Yeah, well, with certain things, so like whiskey and certain wines and everything. But yeah, the ones that are higher up on the shelves, they say are like worth so much money. That's probably up to like 10,000+.
My goal someday is to be successful enough that I can afford
the best cheese.
A wheel of cheese for $3,000. Have you ever seen like the I'm sure that you have, but the whole like the authentic pastas in Italy, and they have like a wheel of cheese and they put the pasta on that, and that's how they mix it. I'm like, that I want to experience that.
Me too. Me too.
It looks so good.
I mean, they put like the Alfredo and stuff in it. I don't think it's Alfredo.
I don't know.
I think they make like a homemade like sauce within it. It has to be so good. Let's go.
Oh, please. Please.
Some pizza, pasta.
And I'm wondering too, because I don't like red sauce, but I wonder if like over there, if I would like it.
You probably would.
That's what I'm thinking.
Just because of how like processed I feel like this red sauce is. Like it's like you like tomatoes and stuff.
Yeah.
And, like there's so
and
much
tomato
basil
soup
and yeah. And I don't think they go as heavy on the sauce.
Right.
I don't think they go as heavy on like anything. I want to try it.
I know. I want to go to Italy so bad. Well, I want to go everywhere.
Me too.
But Italy is definitely one of the top places.
Yeah. Italy and Greece.
For the food.
And Spain.
Spain.
I can't wait to try like food in Portugal.
I'm so jealous.
I started looking into like food there.
Yeah.
And we're going to be up in the north, and it's very like meat heavy cuisine up there. And they love sandwiches. But some of the stuff is just like meat and bread. And I'm like, okay, I need a little bit more. Like, give me a good sauce.
Oh, man.
So I'm interested, but they say it's really good food, so.
Oh, I'm so excited for you.
I just think in Europe, like in general, one, they have a lot of the stuff that we have and regularly consume banned.
Right.
Because of, like, how processed and not good it is.
It's wild whenever you get into looking into those things.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder why you're eating here at all.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's probably why, like, that food's just, it's fresh ingredients. It's fresh, like, freshly made.
Yeah.
Homemade with, yeah. I just feel like, I hope I'm not let down. But I think the food's going to be so good.
I think it'll be a great experience regardless.
I'll take pictures and send it to you.
Please do.
Everything.
Post some stories.
Yeah. I'll be eating everything.
I'm so jealous.
It'll be good. But I don't want to drag this out. Do you have... did I cut you off earlier?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay. I didn't know if I jumped into the cheese too early.
Oh, you can never jump into the cheese too early. I love it. Well, I love all dairy, pretty much. Cheese is my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Cheese and cream cheese. I love sour cream. Like, I put so much sour cream on shit. It's not even funny.
Me too. I love sour cream, though.
And ice cream.
I'm not big on ice cream.
I get in my moods. Like, I told you how I went to Riddles last week to get Penn State Creamery ice cream because no one wants to go to the Penn State Creamery. I mean, unless you're on
close,
campus.
But yeah.
But I have no desire to go downtown to go in there. But Riddles in Penns Valley sells a few of them, and so good.
See, that's like, I can have like a few bites, but dairy really does upset my stomach and body a lot. Well, maybe that's why I have some issues because of all the cheese I eat. But like milk and ice cream and stuff, like I just get, especially ice cream, I get a really upset stomach. I have to go to the bathroom right away.
Yeah, you just gotta learn to ignore that.
I like a good peanut butter milkshake though. Normally I don't finish it.
I never finish milkshakes. I always get the rest to Wyatt. I'm so bad at it.
Same. But Wyatt loves ice cream. So anytime I'm like... And I always have to get a baby cone if
That's
I go
what I
somewhere.
Get. Yeah, because
we had that conversation.
Yeah, we did.
They stack them up.
I'm
like, what baby is eating this even? Like, can I have a half of a baby?
What are babies? But the cone's my favorite part.
Yeah.
So you could just like fill the cone with ice cream and that's it.
Yeah, that would be perfect. Maybe just like a little up top.
Don't they make, I think I saw that they make like a frozen treat and it's, I don't know where you could buy them, but it's like little mini cones with just ice cream in it.
Oh, I bet you they do. Because there's so many people who...
I want to look that now because I swear I saw this.
I bet you're right. Do you like yogurt?
Yeah.
Again, I don't mind it. It's
not as into it as much as I used to be.
It's a consistency thing for me. It's like yogurt and applesauce and stuff. I'm like, ugh. I can't.
Interesting.
You just like put it in your mouth and you just like swap. Like, it's weird. I don't know.
It's like, I think it's like just the cone or something.
While you look that up, also another question about cheese. Do you like cottage cheese?
I do.
I don't.
There's not much I don't like. I'm not that picky.
It's gonna sound like I'm picky. I'm not that picky, but
you sound picky as shit.
I eat everything. I mean, look at me.
Shut the fuck up.
But no, Wyatt loves cottage cheese. I always have to have some in the house for him. And my family does too. Is there cheese in it? Is it curdled cheese?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like curdled milk.
It smells gross to me.
I think I found them.
Do you put honey or like pepper or anything on yours?
I salt and pepper it. I do.
It
is good with fruit, like some peaches.
Mm-hmm. He does that too.
But I often will just end up like eating it just as it is. I think I found them. Like I think it's these.
Oh, so
just the fun part.
Oh, they will sell just the fun part.
Okay.
You're saying, but those ones are it's chocolate in the cone, isn't it?
Waffle. So they're little mini waffle cones. Oh yeah, this is just chocolate. I want ice cream.
Yeah. See, I was picturing like growing up when you got those ice cream cones that like at the very tip had the chocolate.
Mm-hmm. The very end was always my favorite. Mini waffle cones with ice cream. Okay. I don't think it's a thing with ice cream, but it needs to be.
Should we invent it? We're patenting this right now. If you take it from us, I'm freaking done.
TM.
You're done.
What is this?
Maybe they haven't done it because they can't get the consistency. It would have to be like the processed ice cream that's like gets frozen. Like, you know what I mean? Like that type of ice cream. Because would it just sog?
Well, if you freeze it right away, if the cones are already frozen, put the ice cream in when it's frozen, then refreeze.
We already have it all figured out.
We do.
Perfect.
All right. This summer,
catch our UAQ
coming out with
pod
UAQ
ice cream cone.
Mini ice cream waffle cones with ice cream.
It's a really, really long title. We might shorten that.
A little bit. Oh, man. Now I want cheese and I want ice cream.
I know, I'm
and
so
I kind of want
hungry.
cottage cheese now.
I haven't eaten yet
And
today.
Taco Bell. I kind of want some Taco Bell. A good Crunch Wrap.
Supreme Crunch Wrap is my...
Supreme?
Isn't that what it's called?
Yeah. Crunch Wrap
Deluxe.
Supreme. Crunch Wrap Supreme. It's usually at the end, so Supreme Crunch Wrap threw me off for some reason.
Yeah.
Did you see that Taco Bell's coming out with new stuff?
No. Yes, no.
Which is it?
We'll say no.
Okay. I saw someone who like went to, I don't know, some kind of release thing where people try out the new products or something. And they did like which I've never been into Baja Blast, but they're doing a Baja Blast like pie. Some kind of pie.
That's gross.
Dessert. It was so pretty though.
Sounds like diabetes.
It probably is. They're doing a couple different things. Honestly, the only thing I really zoned in on was a new Crunch Wrap with Cheez-Its. Instead of like that tortilla. Like it's like Cheez-It. I don't know. I think it sounds good.
I haven't had Taco Bell in years.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe
Why?
that's why I get to it. I don't know. I don't think about it. And we do tacos pretty often.
Oh yeah.
at home.
Nothing beats like
and I make like
real tacos.
And every time we do tacos, I get the soft tortilla shells and then the hard Dorito, the nacho cheese Dorito or whatever. So then I do sour cream and cheese on the soft. Like I literally do my own Crunch Wrap.
You do.
So good. I got all my family onto it now.
We should have a day and do that.
Yeah, gladly.
And we could try
They're so easy.
different.
That's why I love doing
like
them.
we could try one with like Cheez-Its or like we could have a little like taste tester of different kinds of tacos.
Oh, what about the sweet chili whatever Doritos? The purple bag. They're my favorite, but I always forget.
Try that.
Those in
That's your favorite Dorito?
It's my absolute favorite Dorito.
I'm not a big like sweet and spice. That one probably isn't too bad, but I just like it all to hurt.
I think it's
So I like their they used to be called like Blazing Buffalo Ranch that they had out forever and then they got rid of and they were my favorite. And they did just recently bring them back. I don't know if it's the same name or not.
Which ones do they have that are so spicy? See, there's ones that are like too extreme. I like the sweet, spicy chili or whatever it's called because it does have like I don't know, it gets you. Have you ever had them?
I think so. I think Wyatt likes those.
Oh, they're my favorite. I could fuck them up right now. Just kidding.
Yeah, no,
I
I'm
need to
just
be careful what I eat today
starving.
because my stomach.
Well, maybe some Taco Bell would help you.
Clean me right now.
Yeah, dude. I
does
love
sound
Taco
yummy.
Bell once in a while. It's like when you're feeling a little shitty, like you want some Mexican, but like you want like
Cheap fast food Mexican.
yeah.
We used to have to talk about, not a lot, but often, like, as a kid. And when I was in college, like, every weekend, probably Taco Bell. But yeah, I have to go out of the way to, like, get it where I'm at.
Well, I have one right next to my work, which I don't go very often. But the one on Benner there isn't too far.
It's not. I think I go
probably
for, like,
10
another
minutes.
fast food restaurant instead. I will say, Taco Bell's ads, their marketing's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoever they have doing their commercials. I think they're just buying digital creators. I don't know. They're pretty good. Anyways,
see
that's
a lot
enough
of
free
ads.
advertising for Taco Bell.
That's true. It's true.
Anything else?
I don't think so. I'm going to the golf course today.
I was going to ask you what your plans were.
Yeah. Wyatt.
Why aren't you playing?
I'm not ready to be on the course.
Okay. Fair.
With a bunch of people.
Fair. Just like if it was you, me, Wyatt, and Wyatt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If it was a more leisurely day where I'm not feeling too rushed. Absolutely. We should try and set that up.
Yeah. He really wanted to go golfing last week in the rain.
Yeah.
He was going to go, and I was like, you're almost towards the end of this semester before, all the kids leave and stuff. Why don't you not get sick?
Yeah.
Like, you do not want to get deathly ill because your hell weeks are about to start here soon with graduation.
Yeah. That'd be rough.
Yeah, and he's like, that's a good thought, but I really want to go. Like, who are you golfing with in rain?
Yeah.
He found people, but they
You'll
didn't
have to get him one of those hat umbrellas. Umbrella hats.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, I'll bring that up after, but...
Yeah, he had a tea time with my dad at 11:20.
Oh, man.
I guess he still doesn't have it yet. And then that's just for 9 holes. And then a couple of his friends wanted to also play golf. So there's another tea time at 1:20.
Oh, he's getting it in today.
So he's doing 27 holes today. Because thankfully just the first one's only 9, but they're doing 18.
Hurt, don't you think?
Probably.
He's sore. Is this his first time out for the year?
Mm-mm.
Oh, right. I knew that.
But
is he just going down here?
To Bell, yeah. Mm-hmm. So we're meeting up with him. Like, they're going to pick me up, and we'll meet up with him at the second tea time.
Hey,
he said he wasn't going to drink during the first 9 holes.
I was going to ask if you're drinking. Because they make them strong, I'm sure, down there.
Yeah.
When I went that one time, I had one, and I was like, wait, I'm kind of litty. This doesn't seem right.
And what is it? They make some kind of... They have some kind of name. It's some kind of, like, punch drink.
Oh, I did not know that.
That they make that's, like, their own thing. I forget what it's called. Or fusion? Are they called fusions? I think you get it, and I think you have an option what you want to put in it, but it's like tequila, I think, or vodka. Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Well, that would be fun.
It will be.
Hopefully, you don't get stuck in the storm.
I know. I didn't even know it was supposed to have thunderstorms until I looked at the weather yesterday. It seemed like it was supposed to be later in the day, but you never know around PA.
No, you don't. Well, it's calling for. I don't know if it will happen. It's saying at 12 there might be a thunderstorm, but 32% precipitation. It's all very low percentages. I think it might hold off until tonight. I'm just going to tell you that.
Thank you.
So you don't. I'm not going to tell you that it says severe storms likely today, but... Shit. All right, well, let's get you out of here so you can go golfing.
Yeah, dude.
She's a golf girl.
I bought a skirt yesterday. I don't know if I'm going to wear it. I have one skirt.
I have one apparel.
White.
Oh, yours is white.
It was like white or blue. Dark blue.
Let's go like shopping for golf stuff. Maybe it'll make us go.
Let's go to the thrift stores first.
Yeah.
And then if we don't find
anything, expensive.
It really
That's why I have one skirt.
Yeah. I bought the one. It was on sale. It was $20.
No, it's not bad.
It was at Dunham's, though. Like, everything at Dick's is nice, but it's like so
$50.
expensive. I'm like, I'm not... Not for me just to ride around the fucking cart right now. Like,
yeah.
So I don't even know if I'll wear the skirt today or not. We'll see.
Yeah. It might get cold if the storm does hit.
Yeah.
Bring sweats to put over it or something.
Yeah. But thank you guys for listening to our Wandering Minds episode. We haven't done a Wandering Minds in a while.
It was refreshing.
It is. It's nice just to hang out and just talk about random shit that we saw throughout the week or whatever comes to our brains. So,
yeah. So thanks for listening.
Yeah, thank you for listening. Don't forget to follow all of our social media pages. Don't forget to subscribe, follow on our YouTube channel. Doesn't cost anything. Just subscribe. You'll just get notified of new episodes coming out. We also have an email. You can send us recommendations or questions to. Well, you could also do that on our website. Website is uaqpod.com. Email is uaqpod@gmail.com. And we have our Patreon set up with Patreon shit coming soon. So get ready. You can donate $1 a month $5 a month or $10 a month. I think you might be able to do your a custom too if you wanted to.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Check into that.
That's at patreon.com/UAQ. So keep an eye out for that. And is that it?
I think that's it.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Cass, say bye. Say bye.
Wave her paw.
I don't want to.
Give her close up. Look at the camera.
Turn you.
She's so cute.
Okay.